Watch and burn.
Don't know why I just clapped. There's only one feed today. I got one camera running. I clapped anyways. I think it's out of habit. Doesn't matter. Hey, so today I want to discuss Enya's 1988, I suppose, breakthrough album, Watermark. And I say breakthrough because this has Storms in Africa and Orinoco Flow. Orinoco Flow being the possibly the biggest single she ever had, next to oh, Jesus Christ. I think it's the biggest single she's ever had, next to Only Time, which of course was heavily commercialized through the use through it being used. Sorry, for the first I think Lord of the Rings movie. I don't know. I never saw any of them. I don't care. Those movies they look terrible. They look rushed and just I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. This record, I've had. It's funny. Over the course of time, I remember one of my ex-girlfriends. Her parents said, her mom, sorry, said that she didn't like Enya because she found her stuff to be too haunting. And that's actually one of my favorite things about Enya, is that despite the fact that I find her music to be incredibly uplifting and incredibly positive, there is a really eerie quality to a lot of it. Actually, pretty much all of it. And this record, it is just, my God, it's dripping with this sort of like moody atmosphere that's, like I said, it's still, like Orinoco Flow is very uplifting and upbeat and fun. But, I mean, Watermark, Kursum per Fisico, and through, like, I mean, Storms in Africa, again, Storms in Africa was a little lighter sounding, but it still had some real weight to it, and it I don't know, man. Miss Claire Remembers on here too. Miss Claire Remembers is on here. That song is incredibly haunting. And so I understand where she was coming from because I kind of that's one of my favorite things about Enya is that, like I said, despite her overall commercial success and how she is like fun and catchy and upbeat in a lot of ways, her her vocals are very haunting. And I know that that's because of Nicky Ryan's production. She's the only person he works with, and they're very secretive about the techniques employed in order to create her albums. But I know that he has layered her voice 70 or 80 times on a track, so it has that choral effect. And I like how Enya, Nicky, and Roma keep everything in house, and how, like, Roma writes the lyrics, Enya does the music, and Nicky does the production. And she is the only person that Nick Ryan has ever produced for, and his production techniques are amazing. And I do find that to be somewhat wasteful because these people aren't getting any younger, and I think he could have had a massive career helping a number of bands really hone their sound on whatever record he would have been hired to help them with. But at the same time, I do really like how it's always the three of them off on their own in her castle in Ireland, kind of like making this music really slowly, might I add. Not at this period. This period, she was releasing records at least a somewhat average pace. As of now, though, Dark Sky Island, I think that came out back in like 2015, and it was amazing, and it was incredibly haunting, and it was incredibly fun, but that's it, you know? And I know she's got at least one more in her, but Christ, at the rate that she works, I mean, it's more like music is a hobby, right? I wish she'd speed it up because it'd be great if she'd release another two or three of them. I know that's wishful thinking. She's got one more in her. Technically, I would imagine she has several more in her, but at the rate that she works and at the speed that she works, it's just not going to happen. So I got my fingers crossed for one more. Probably going to be released 5 years from now, and then that'll be it. She'll retire or whatever. But yeah, Watermark was the first record that I fell in love with. It was the first record that I found. I found it at the Pickering Library, and I had originally heard Orinoco Flow, if appropriately enough, in a commercial for a cruise line, and I heard that, and I didn't know that this type of music existed. Up until that point, I was listening to predominantly like Philip Glass and like Operation Ivy and Rancid and Black Flag, the Dead Kennedys, through like Metallica's older stuff, Slayer's older stuff, um, the Misfits, Bad Religion, And then, like I said, watching TV one day, a cruise line comes on and it's sail away, sail away, sail away. And I was like mesmerized. And I had no idea what it was because this is going back to the 90s when, you know, the internet technically it existed, but finding things out like this was pretty much impossible. Time passes, and I think it was Pure Moods, if anybody remembers those. And there was a commercial to order the Pure Mood CDs, and sure enough, Orinoco Flow started playing, and I knew that whatever song they had playing in those commercials, the title of that track would be highlighted as it would be shooting up the screen with all the other songs that were included on the whatever edition of Pure. I think actually it might have been Pure Moods 1. And it was some song called Orinoco Flow by somebody named Enya. And I was a kid and I had no money, and I used to go to the library a lot, and that's where I found it. I went up there and checked their cassettes, and yeah, there it was. And then I got the CD for Christmas, and I still have it, and I was able to pick this up used, I think, at... I can't remember where I got this from, but I know I got it cheap, because this record sold like crazy. But yeah, she's haunting, she's catchy, she's fun, and Enya hasn't missed once. And she's got to release another record. Please, God, Enya, release another record. I mean, please. But yeah, so I'm going to stop begging, and I'm going to thank you all for sitting with me while I discussed Enya's 1988 masterpiece, Watermark. God, I love this record. And yeah, and you put up with me begging Enya to release another album. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.